Once it's in your mind, it's infectious. So fight for your life and reject it. You better give me space, I'm protective. My adrenaline spikes when I'm threatened. And if you stay in my way, I'm aggressive. Cause when there's no exit, I'll kill when I'm desperate. Pressure. It's stormy weather, lightning.
And what's going on, y'all? Appreciate each and every single one of you for stopping by right here today on the Golden Octagon for a change to Cheddar, my Friday post weigh-in final picks, bets, preview for UFC 298. I appreciate all y'all for stopping by. Hit that thumbs up button for your boy. And if you guys didn't know, on the pay-per-views, I personally like to have a guest over here so I can get more than one opinion. So most of y'all already know him, but welcome the loyal D Rose on the Golden Octagon MMA podcast weekly. You guys saw him on the thumbnail. Most of y'all knew he was coming. I appreciate you stopping by tonight, D Rose, for a change to Cheddar. How you doing over the past few days, brother?
Yes, sir. No, things been great, man. And as we were talking about, I'm getting fired up for the pay-per-view coming up, man. So excited about that. And yeah, I'm pretty excited, and hopefully we can make some money this weekend, man, because I've been kind of cold the last few weeks. So well, really last week. I had about a 2-3 week run where I was hitting, but yeah, I definitely want to bounce back from last weekend. So let's get some money this week.
Yeah, dude, I haven't hit a bet since the first card of the year. So I won on the first card, lost 3 in a row. And, here for, I believe it's the 5th card of the year. So I would like to win a bet, not have to eat any beans this upcoming week, or I guess Sunday morning, Saturday night, however you want to look at it. Yeah, so hopefully I could be solid on some bets this weekend as well. I already have a few. I'm going to share those with you at the end of the show, and always at the end of the show, I give you $10 worth of, I call it change to Cheddar, 2 different $5 parlays. One's going to win you about $118, and one's going to win you about $5,000. If we can hit either one of those, that'll be fantastic. I also have a few other bets that I will share with you as well. But before we get started, let's shout out the chat. We got the loyal Lush Lomana here. Change to Cheddar. This is our week, boys. It is Lush, dude. I felt it. I got lucky with the bean eating earlier in the week. Dude, tell me why I went. How crazy is this? I went to the casino earlier, right? Put in $50 in the machine, made my little bets, print out the paper slips. I was like, all right, now let me try to get this back. Went over to like the stadium, like the roulette, picked a few numbers. I put $20 like in there. I end up getting like 1 or 2 of the dozen. So I kind of like didn't get all my money back, so I was like, let me try to play some numbers. And it's the roulette that'll give you like the 50x, like the 100x, like just be like a random one that'll pop up on there. And I end up hitting a 50x number. So I ended up making like $100 off my little $2 thing on there. So I was like, dude, I'm up. I got all my bet money back. Let me go over to this Wheel of Fortune slot machine. I put $100 in that, dude, and I ended up winning 500, dude. So I ended up bringing $500 home today. Didn't have to eat the bad beans. Felt good about my, I guess, slight gambling addiction that I have going into this weekend, dude. So let's get it. I'm excited. And I am ready to go. Good day from Australia. Close up with Jack. Appreciate you stopping by today, brother. It's nice to have a new face here in the chat every now and then. Tim, here we go. Get ready to make some cash, some money backs. Hopefully that would be fantastic this weekend. Appreciate you stopping by, Tim. Here we go.
Oh man, Austin.
We got Jay. Hell yeah. Golden Octagon notification. What's up, y'all? Appreciate you stopping by tonight, Jay. D Rose in the building. This is Lush Lemonade. Yeah, boys, we got ourselves a double dose of D Rose this week. Who would have thunk it? And Austin, you'll get them tomorrow night for the post pay-per-view as well. So a triple dose this week of D Rose. Who would have thunk it? Oh goodness gracious. Y'all are wild. Hey brother, just want to say
well,
to the vids, man. Well, I appreciate you watching them, man, because if no one watched them, I'd be making them for no reason. So people like you that I appreciate, as long as you watch them, I appreciate it, brother. So let's get into it, D-Rose. We got some fights this weekend. I've been looking on MMA Junkie. They're usually the ones that post up like the weigh-in photos, dude. But I've been waiting for the past. When did the weigh-in in? About an hour and a half ago. I've been looking on it for about an hour and a half now, and I can't get it. So we are dealing with the video here today. So hopefully we don't get banned. I have it muted. So hopefully,
that's good enough, man. I mean, that shouldn't be especially it's on YouTube, dude. Like come on, it's not like we're getting off Fight Pass or anything.
Yeah, right. So hopefully we are good. So up first on here, let me make sure I am sharing. First fight of the night, we do have Miranda Fear the Maverick, and she is here. Let's see how she looks on the scale, or I guess the ceremonial scale. She looked all right there, no issue. Wearing the cowboy hat there, D-Rose, and she is going to be taking on none other than someone that always wears a cowboy hat. So when I saw the cowboy hat, I was kind of confused. Not going to lie. She's going to be taking on Andrea KGB Lee. Both fighters made 125 pounds. No issues, or I'm not sure of their exact weight, but both made weight. No issues. No weight misses. They both did look good on the scale. Miranda Maverick eating a pickle up there, supporting her own business, if you will. But I'm going to pause it right there, D-Rose, at the face-off. KGB looks like they have maybe about 1-2 inch height advantage. Aside from that, man, I am pretty high on Miranda Maverick this week. I think Andrea KGB Lee's kryptonite is the wrestling, dude. And the more I looked into this fight, like this week, dude, I know it was a while ago, but dude, the way that Roxanne Modafferi treated her, I just look back at that fight and I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude. Like, I don't want to say she like ragdolled her, but dude, she took her down and controlled her so much of that entire fight. And when I just see a young contender, damn near 10 years younger than Andrea Lee, I just can't pick against my girl Miranda Maverick this week. And also, I also heard earlier in the week that she just won the brown belt worlds in no-gi jiu-jitsu. So maybe she's trying to show that off. So I'm pretty high on Maverick via sub this weekend, and I do have her in a bet, a straight bet, her by sub round 2 or 3, and I also do have her parlayed up with one other one as well. But I will show you all those at the end of the show when we get to them. D-Rose, I'm on Miranda Maverick via sub this week. I think she gets it done. Which way you going this week, brother?
Yeah, I couldn't have said it too much better as far as my confidence in Miranda Maverick this week. I do think that Andrea Lee, her biggest thing is that she does have good jiu-jitsu off her back, and she almost kind of reminds me of Tony Ferguson to a certain extent because she's willing to just keep attacking with triangles and like slapping with elbows, but she's content with staying on her back a lot of the times as well. And Miranda Maverick is good at displaying that top control when she does have somebody on the ground. So I do think that's where Miranda Maverick can fare the best. And for the most part, you don't really see Andrea Lee get finished. I think she's only been finished once in her career, and it was by submission. But all of her losses, other than that, are by decision. So for me, I think it just fits perfectly for Miranda Maverick to just use her wrestling. Might kind of be a little bit of a slower fight to start the card. So I know this is going to be one of those women's fights where people are going to be talking shit because, hey, nobody wants to watch the women fight and blah, blah, blah. It's going to be a little bit of a slower fight, boys. I'm sorry to break it to you, but I do think of Miranda Maverick by decision for me, I'm going to put a little bit of action on her by decision.
D-Rose, please do me a favor. Please do 3 or decision, just in case that sub does happen. Just a little bit later on in the fight, just for safety precautions, because the odds probably aren't that much different between 3 or decision and just decision. It's probably like, I don't know.
So right now it's minus 110 on FanDuel for round 3 or decision, and it's plus 120 for by decision. That could happen, but man, I'm telling you, Andrea Lee has not been finished in the UFC. She's noted for being just super resilient, and she doesn't give up on herself. But that's one thing that she does not do. So Miranda Maverick is a good wrestler, decent with the submissions, but not great. So for me personally, I'm going to be playing probably Miranda Maverick in a parlay or two. Probably going to parlay the method of victory as well, and I might throw a little bit on a straight up method of victory as well. But
all right,
by decision is plus 120.
All right, fair enough. D-Rose on Miranda, Fear the Maverick by decision. I am on her, pretty much just straight up by sub. I don't mind either. I have that in a bet, but I think she should win overall. And Lush saying Maverick looked jacked. Indeed, she is, dude.
Yeah, she did.
And, yeah,
she normally does though, man. That's one thing that she's never lacked is muscles, dude. She's absolutely jacked.
Yeah. So up next, dude, we have none other than Mr. Valentine the Animal Woodburn down at 170, dude. Looks jacked down at 170. Don't really look like he lost too much muscle mass, dude. Looks like he's
more shredded.
Dude, it's absolutely nuts. But he is going to be taking on, I think, Oban Elliott is his name. So let's wait on him to get up here on the scale. Fast forward just a tad. He does a little flex there. I think maybe I don't know, D-Rose. He don't look too shredded or anything, but he is kind of a tall guy. So I'll pause it right there. We can check it out. I said this earlier in the week. I'm not a big fan of the Cage Warriors guys. I guess at this point I'm not sold because every time I pick one, they come over into the UFC and they get pretty much knocked out immediately, dude. And I'm like, well, why did I pick the new Cage Warriors guy? A few of them have kind of worked out, Patty, Ian Gary, but not many big ones outside of that, dude. So this is a new Cage Warriors guy coming into the UFC, one on the Contender Series, but outside of that, not too much else. Val Woodburn, we've at least seen him in the UFC. He was slated to be on the Contender Series, but he got pulled in to fight Bo Nickel on short notice, a weight class up at 185. He still looks, short, for this weight class. But from what I've seen, dude, he has power. He throws with heat. He likes control, dude. He has solid wrestling. And for the current price of plus 235, I wouldn't mind taking the shot at him. Probably won't bet him just because, this fight is what it is. But we did have our predictions earlier in the week for the pick champ and the bean eating. And, if we flip flop now, it doesn't matter. Our picks stay from earlier in the week. But dude, I think I'm going to stick with my side, Val Woodburn here. I think he can get it done over the UFC newcomer strictly just because I don't think these new Cage Warriors dudes are all that good until I see them prove themselves at least a couple times in the UFC. So my pick is Val Woodburn via decision. Which way are you going this week, brother?
I'm just going to say, as far as action on this fight, I am very hesitant to lay any action, if any at all. The only thing I was looking at potentially playing is maybe to start round 2, and I think it's just because it's minus 300, and it's just because I really don't know too much about either fighter. I know that, and I'm reading Lush's comments about Woodburn. I know a lot of people said that they felt like even going up into the Bo Nickel fight that he was kind of maybe jumping into the UFC a little bit too quick. Like maybe he could have developed a little bit more on the regional scene. He just took a fight because he's seen the UFC carrot kind of dangling in his face. At this point, I'll just say with the smaller guy, I'll still stick with Obon Elliott here. But again, as far as action here, I'm not laying any action at all because I'm not confident. Maybe start round 2, but that's as far as I'm taking it.
Yeah, and like the one fight did fall off that is in our picks, so this one is now included in our picks, Zero. So this is one of our 5 different picks this week, brother. So I'm glad you're confident on your pick. I'm not confident, but how truly can either of us be confident on this fight? You want to talk about anything else while I get the next one pulled up here?
It in moments like this for one of the fights coming up, not this one, I wish there was introduction music because we'll talk about it later, but I wish there was introduction music because one fighter would be coming to walk out and then you just hear Jim Ross just flip up the script when it's supposed to be Justin Taffa walking out and then Junior comes out. I would love to hear the intro music switch up, but man, UFC dropped the ball on that.
Yeah. Anyway, so what we have up next is Danny Left Hand to God Barlow. He is weighing in currently, and he weighed in at 170, no issues. No weight miss or anything like that. It looked good up there. Got a sick rat tail up there, D-Rose. Would you entertain that at all, or no?
Well, my dad does still, so I mean, I can't hate on it, but it just, for me personally, ain't really got too much to work with here. So,
all right. Well, I am on Danny Left Hand to God Barlow, and D Rose is on none other than Bushido, Josh Quinlan this week. As they face off here, D Rose. Is there anything that you take away immediately beside the left hand to God going straight up to God, just showing his power?
For me, I thought that there was going to be like a significant size difference between the two. They're not that different not that different in size. So, it kind of had me a little bit more confident in the pick of going with Josh Quinlan here. So yeah, not too much to take away except for Quinlan kind of sized up well with Barlow.
All right, so you're still on the Josh Quinlan side. How do you think he gets it done, brother?
I'm going to say that he gets it done by decision here. Am I going to play this? It's questionable because
dude, the odds on that are probably solid here. Josh Quinlan by decision.
Yeah, Josh Quinlan by decision
plus
is
700.
So I was thinking about maybe just throwing a bone at it. But I think the big thing is that we don't know enough about either. Quinlan's coming off the juice as most would be saying. So coming off that Trey Waters performance. I mean, I know Trey Waters kind of beat him with pressure, and Danny Barlow is more of like I don't want to say a wild brawler, but he's definitely looking to go in there and take your head off. He's not looking to play around. Quinlan's more kind of like the counter striker. Quinlan can get him out of there. I would say maybe like a second. I could see maybe a second round finish. You could also maybe do like a KO, TKO round 2 or round 3. But for me, just for him being the underdog at plus 176, that would be enough for me just to play alone.
Fair enough. I am personally on the Daniel Left Hand to God Barlow KO prop plus 150, but I personally think he gets it done rather early. Danny Left Hand to God Barlow KO 1 or 2 is plus 220 on FanDuel currently, and that's the way I am going. Danny Left Hand to God Barlow, probably KO round 1 in my opinion. Anything else on that fight before we move along to the next one, brother?
Nah, we can keep it moving. But I am here to see how Quinlan looks if it was the juice or not.
Yeah, dude. We got Gym Card Collecting stopping by Friday night with the boys. Appreciate you stopping by tonight, Gym Card Collecting. All right. Up next, we do have Brendan Haberio taking on Zhang Minyang. So up first on the scale, we've got Brendan Haberio. I believe this is the younger brother of Claudio Haberio up there looking jacked at 205 pounds, brother.
And he looked
Big guy.
intense.
Big guy. Yeah, big guy.
He looked intense as hell.
And he is going to be taking on China's own Ming, or let me make sure I'm saying this, is Mingyang Zhang or Zhang Mingyang. I don't know how you say it because, Chinese fighters like to switch them around often. But, he looked all right on the scale. Huge Chinese fella, if you ask me. You don't really see Chinamen that big usually. So a 205-pound Chinaman, he's kind of big, but kind of looks soft up there. And when it comes to China versus Brazil, if you ask me, brother, I'll always go Brazil, and I'm glad I picked them earlier in the week. Ming Ying Zhang got knocked out by, Azar. What is his name? Azar Moskarov. Whatever his name is.
The
Mozarov. They're
the fraud record fighter.
Yeah,
along the minute fell slow.
Yeah, he was like 19 when he got knocked out by him, but it still wasn't that long. It was like 3 or 4 years ago. It still wasn't that long ago. But as I said, he does look a little bit soft to me, so I'm glad I am on the Brazilian, Brendan Haberio. And this is in our big champ for the week, dude. This is one of the fights in there. You're on Ming Yang Zhang. I am on Brendan Haberio. I guess thoughts on this fight. I think a good play for this fight is it to go under a round and a half, but truly, dude, under a round and a half is currently minus 320. So solid parlay piece, this to go under a round and a half. But outside of that, dude, who knows who's going to win this fight? What's your opinion?
Yeah, minus 320. I mean, I was looking at
who's
that.
Fighting Terrence McKinney?
Right.
Shout out Brady.
Yeah, dude. I mean, and even to start round 2 is plus 136. I mean, that's kind of one of my little plays that I love to do on FanDuel for a fight that could go potentially a little bit longer. Instead of taking the overs to start round 2, but man, even at plus 136, that's they're letting you know that it's probably going to end the first round. And looks like for Haberio, most of his fights do end in the first round. And
for both of them, dude.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say, and Zhang Mingyang as well. So I can see why they got it slated that way. I mean, it does look like that. It does look like Mingyang does have a couple more decision wins. I'm still confident in my pick though, as far as going Zhang Mingyang. But maybe I'm going to use him on the money line as far as a couple parlays. So minus 120. I'm not going to throw him in a bunch, but I'm going to throw him in a few. And even just looking at that start around 2, man, who knows? Both of them just end up coming out there and maybe just getting the feel for one another. Start round 2. Hell, we look up and round 2 is already here, So that could be something that could be interesting to play. But I'm probably just going to stick with, for the most part, Zhang Mingyang at moneyline.
All right, I'm pretty much the exact opposite. I am pretty much going to stick with Brendan Haberio moneyline. It's plus 102 as it is now. And for him to win in round 1 or 2, it's plus 140. It's like it's not even really worth that little extra taste. I would just take whichever side you want to go, money line, or just take the under.
When you have any type of round props, like all that's going to, and you only have a split difference of that much, like of minus 110 to plus 130, it's not that much of a difference to just go ahead and play the lesser number or at the money line just to cover yourself, just in case the finish comes in the 3rd round or he ends up getting the decision win or whatever the case may be. So I'm with you there.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, so me and D-Rose split there, but 2 UFC newcomers, basically a contender series fight. Who really knows who's going to win that fight? But one of us may have to eat some bean boozled because of it. Up next, we do have Carlos Vera taking on Rinya Nakamura, dude, and this is Rinya Nakamura is the biggest favorite on the card on FanDuel. He's at minus 1,200 currently. Carlos Ferrer up there, basically just praying for himself, dude. 36 years old, UFC newcomer, dude. He's gonna be fighting this young Japanese prospect coming up, dude. Everyone just wants to see what this guy has in store for the most part. But up there, he like this morning at the official weigh-ins, he kind of looked kind of scared that he probably wasn't going to make weight, but he made I think 135 like and a half. Like it wasn't even like he made 136 or anything like that. But young Japanese prospect, shredded, I guess kind of burned a lot of people in his last fight. They thought he was going to finish Fernie Garcia, but he didn't, dude. In this case, the dude he's fighting is 36 years old, man. So almost 10 years difference here. The size difference looks like it could be a weight class apart, to be honest. And yeah, dude, I believe Rinya Nakamura just gets Carlos Ferrer out of there probably round one. And the let's see, round props, round betting. Rinya Nakamura round one is plus 150. I believe that's probably your best way to go, unless you just want to do the under 1.5 overall at plus 106. I believe that's probably not too bad of a way to go either. But I suspect Rinya Nakamura to just get Carlos Ferrer out of there rather early. But am I confident enough to bet it after that performance last time? I don't know, D-Rose. Yeah, my opinion is Rinya Nakamura to probably knock out Carlos Ferrer in the first round. What's your thoughts on this fight, man?
Yeah, I'm with you as far as, dude, that money line is absolutely gross.
Dude,
I
don't want to interrupt you, but I have to, dude. At the casino that I go to, it's like a Rivers casino, so it's like a Rivers fucking sports book, dude. It's minus 1430 on there. Dude, it's worse than minus 1200, dude.
Oh, that is so gross, dude. Yeah, that's just I can never imagine being so desperate to play something like that. And the worst part is, if we put that in our ladder, it'd lose like 1000%. Like Rinya Nakamura would be screwed if we put him in the ladder and he was the last leg in our ladder. Like he would 1000% lose. I would say take it to the bank for Carlos Ferrer. But but no, I think for me, it's just the lines are just way too out of whack, and then Rinya Nakamura just being just a little bit inconsistent. And as you see, Fernie Garcia getting knocked out by Hyder Emil last week, and when Hyder Emil coming up a weight class,
it was the opposite.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, Fernie went up, but yeah, you see Rinya not being able to knock him out, and it's like, you see Fernie get knocked out again, man. So you're not really too confident playing him by knockout. I'm just going for the odds here. I'm not really going for in terms of like confidence. I mean, Carlos Ferrer does have a couple of submission losses, and Rinya Nakamura by submission is plus 270 right now on FanDuel. So that could be something just as far as odds wise. If I'm going to play this fight, that would be something that I'm thinking about playing. But just in terms of those odds, man, I don't think it's the laughing stock of this podcast, man. The ladder is. I mean, that every single time we want to laugh, we just revert back to the ladder, and we have a laugh every time. But no, I think if I play anything, it's going to be Rinya Nakamura by submission, just based on Carlos Ferrer's track record of losing by submission. But other than that, I'm probably not going to play too much on this one.
All right, man. Fair enough. Me and you are both on Rinya Nakamura, though. So up next, you want to play the Jim Ross music? Are we going to have a tag team match next? Is basically the next question.
God!
Do you want to explain to people what happened as as the weigh-ins are happening between. Dude, hold on. The crazy part is earlier in the week I called Justin Taffa Junior Taffa. Go
You spoke it
back.
into existence.
Go back on the podcast. I said, I believe his name is Justin. Justin Junior Taffa.
Justin Jr.
Yeah. I said Justin Junior Taffa.
Yeah, because you thought that was his nickname. That's right.
Yeah, dude. I spoke it into existence, dude. How crazy is it, dude? And this morning on the weigh-ins, I also have to point out one other thing. They pointed out to Junior Taffa that he looked like where he was like wearing pants and he like looked like he had like stuff in his pockets. So it's almost like he's like trying to look like he weighs heavier than what he actually is, dude. I'm telling you, this dude does not belong at heavyweight. That's my personal opinion. However, you want to tell the people what happened with the mess that was this fight as Marcus Rogerio Peizao de Lima is weighing in and just looking like the bowling ball that he is.
So yeah, come to find out that Jim Ross was in the background and was screaming and oh my god, is that Junior Taffa's music? Oh my god! And Justin Taffa sustained an injury, and none other than his brother, Junior Taffa, comes in to keep Marcus Rogerio de Lima on the card and the fight still intact. And Marcus Rogerio de Lima said there by crook or by hook or by crook that he is going to fight a Taffa. He is going to fight a Taffa this weekend, no matter if it's Justin or Junior. And Junior stepped up to the plate and made it happen.
Maybe even the dad, Jared, you know?
What about Uncle Joe? I mean, Joe might step in there too and get some of it. Crazy.
Triple threat ladder match.
Dude.
But I guess the crazy part about all this happening is the fight changes none, dude. They fight exactly the same way. I would say Junior Taffa probably not as good as Justin Taffa is, not as thick, if you will. I believe Junior Taffa should probably fight down at 205, if you ask me. But that's just me. I think he either needs to put on a whole lot of size or maybe cut down to 205. I think he gets finished early by Peizao this weekend. But if not, Peizao by decision probably isn't the worst play in the world. I did have it. I did have Peizao by decision parlayed, like with like Miranda Maverick earlier, but that is a straight Miranda Maverick play now. So no point in even showing y'all that at the end of the show because that parlay fell out now. But once again, dude, I wouldn't mind Peizao by decision. However, I don't think we have any props on that. We only have money line minus 215 Marcus Rogerio de Lima plus 180 Junior Taffa. If it opens up, I wouldn't mind Marcus Rogerio de Lima by decision. However, I'm still going Peizao. D Rose, I guess, are you gonna switch your pick or make a new pick, or are you on Peizao now?
So as far as any type of method of victory or anything like that, it's too early for FanDuel. They don't have any props for this fight just yet. But no, I for me, honestly, I think it stays the same. I think even for Junior, I think Junior's not as sharp maybe as Justin is. I think Justin is a sniper. Like he's going in there to he doesn't throw an ope, he aims and fires. And he just like he landed that nice counter shot on Parker Porter. I think he's very capable of that. Now, Junior Taffa is a little bit more wild, a little bit more sloppy, but I will say that they both carry the power all the same. And I think even for Junior here, I think he's going to have the speed advantage, and he's taking the fight on short notice. But he was actually getting ready for a fight next month on I believe it was March 23rd against Carl Williams. So he was already preparing for a wrestler as it is. So I think it's more the submission threat, obviously, from Marcus Rogerio de Lima. But I mean, when does any of the heavyweight Australians have any good submission defense? They just have solid takedown defense and good counterpunching. Mark Hunt, Taito Iwasa, so on and so on. So for me, I think knowing that Junior was getting ready for Carl Williams next month for a wrestler, I think it makes me even more confident in picking Junior Tafa this time around. I'm going to stick with Junior Tafa. And right now, money line plus 180. Yeah, I'm going to straight bet that. I'm going to probably put it at least 10, maybe a little bit more, man. I'm pretty confident in Junior Tafa. I'm not going to lie.
All right, dude. Another one. Me and D-Rose still split on this week. I am on Payzal, definitely now I'm on Payzal. D-Rose on the super late notice replacement, Junior Tafa, dude. Up next, dude, we have Mackenzie Dern taking on Amanda Lemos. So let's watch Mackenzie Dern get undressed real quick.
Said every man ever.
As she weighs in up there, looks like she doesn't have any weight cutting issues anymore, dude. She used to struggle with the weight before she had her baby, dude. But after she had her baby, she had the one where I believe she tried to come back early, really early, too soon. But after that, dude, she's been on weight every single time. Amanda Lemos this morning looked absolutely drained, but I think she does every single time, dude. Yeah, man, something tells me this looks like the Adolfo Vieira versus Armin Petrosian fight this past weekend, dude. Mackenzie looks ready to go. I guess I'll pause it there. Me and you were both on Mackenzie Dern earlier in the week. I think Mackenzie probably subs Amanda Lemos. You think that Mackenzie by decision is a solid play, and D-Rose, I did take you up on that play. I think I may have had Payzal by decision in it as well, though. So
the line's going down more and more, dude.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Mackenzie by points plus 430, not a bad play. But give me your thoughts on this.
Yeah, I think I think the same as you. I thought Amanda Lemos, she looked a little drained, but she's a thick girl trying to cut down, so that's not too surprising that that's been pretty normal with her for a while. But I am still confident in the fact that I think that Mackenzie Dern, she does have a proven track record of a win-loss. So she's coming off of a loss and a pretty humbling loss, and that against Jessica Andrade. So she is due for a win here, known on her track record. Plus, I just think when it comes down to, I know Mackenzie Dern's takedowns aren't the greatest, but I think she could kind of put it all together like she did against Angela Hill. She put the striking and the wrestling together, used good ground and pound. I think Mackenzie Dern can really get it done. As I said, I might do like a long shot parlay just to put Mackenzie Dern in there by decision. But at plus 116 at money line, if I'm doing just like a regular parlay that I feel pretty good about, if I put like say someone who's like a minus 300 or somebody like that, I'd feel pretty confident putting Mackenzie Dern in that parlay of confident winners as well. So plus 116, that's a good enough line for me, and might even sprinkle that plus 430 on the points for a long shot parlay.
Hell yeah, dude. Sounds good to me. It looks like me and you are both on Mackenzie Dern still this week. So we'll keep riding it, dude, and just hope for the best. Up next, we do have none other than Roman Kopylov taking on Anthony Fluffy Hernandez. Roman Kopylov up there looking shredded. On the other hand, Fluffy still not as fluffy as he once was down here at 185, dude. Come on here. Let's get some handshakes. Let's back up just a second. Fluffy looks solid up there, has abs also, but not as shredded as what is this dude's name?
Roman.
As Roman Kopylov, dude. I'm just looking at him and I just forgot his name. Kopylov looks like
by his body. I get it.
Yeah. Roman Kopylov looks like he's probably an inch or two taller, probably like 2 inches taller than Fluffy here. But the thickness, dude, I gotta go Fluffy. And before I give my play, dude, I'm gonna let you say what you gotta say on this fight.
For me, I going into the fight, I was very back and forth on who I wanted to pick, and I did go with Roman Kopylov ultimately. But for me, I'm not gonna lie, after seeing the face off, after seeing Roman Kapilov size up with Fluffy, man, I'm pretty confident in Roman Kapilov here. And I honestly, for me, I just love the money line. What I believe he's right now he's sitting at plus 198. Just as far as like an underdog, I think he is the underdog of the night that a lot of people are going to be on. But I think, you know, with good reason. I think if Fluffy's not able to get the fight to the ground, I think it could be a rough night for him striking, because Fluffy's good with putting the boxing together with the wrestling. But if it just comes down to just pure boxing, I don't think it'd be a good night for him standing with just a sharp, potent counter striker like Kapilov, especially with those nasty body kicks. I'm going to go Kapilov here. I think he gets the knockout, but for me, that plus 198, I mean, that's juicy enough for me to play as it is.
I'll take it. Well, D Rose, as you see, Mystic Matt is here, and I am 0-2 for my Mystic Matt plays of the year. But I have another one here. I am back for you. Me and D Rose are split on this one. I am sticking with my pick. I have this bet, and at currently odds of plus 1,100, you can get Anthony Fluffy Hernandez round 3 submission. And I think that's what happens. I think round 1 might be a little hairy. Roman's going to feel everything out, but so will Fluffy. Round 2, Roman's going to start throwing kicks, and Fluffy's going to start catching kicks and taking them down. At the end of round 2, Roman's going to look like he's seen a ghost because he's going to be gassed. And in round 3, Anthony Fluffy Hernandez will take Roman Kapilov down and ending up hitting a head and arm triangle. And we see Roman Kapilov hit that tap as I cash a plus 1,100 ticket this weekend. I am going Anthony Fluffy Hernandez via round 3 submission. D Rose, what do you think about it, brother?
That's not a terrible play. I mean, for what Fluffy's capable of doing. For me, I mean, I think if you're thinking of something like that, we do know that FanDuel does offer the method round combo, so you can do maybe like a submission round 2 or 3 as well, just to maybe cover yourself.
It's only plus 390.
I mean, that's still pretty.
But plus 1,100 and plus 390, it's a little bit different.
Right. It's just that cover, but no, I do understand what you're saying though, as far as just the odds themselves, and I say it all the time. Hey, bet the odds, not the fighter. So, but I am still sticking with Roman Kapilov here.
All right, me and D Rose split on that one again. I am on Anthony Fluffy Hernandez via round 3 submission. D Rose is on Roman Kapilov, I believe, via decision. Yeah.
No, I'm actually going Roman by knockout. Yeah, I'm
okay.
actually going. I think I think Roman gets the. I think maybe in the second round or so. I saw you can get knockout at plus 360 for Roman Kapilov. So I like those odds. So if you want to play that, that's a good play. But me personally, I'm going to play the plus 198 money line.
All right. It looks like Henry's about to rub his nipples when he. But up next, dude, we have none other than Henry Triple C Cejudo taking on Merab the Machine Dvalishvili. Dude, I don't know, dude. I guess I just maybe lost all confidence in Henry Cejudo after seeing, dude, Aljo kind of dominated Henry. And once you see that, dude, it's like, dude, Aljo's good, but it's not like Aljo is this fantastic world, like fucking world beater, like fucking fighter. He like grabs, takes back control, and hopes for control, dude. Like I don't know, dude. I still feel like Henry should have won that fight, and he just didn't, dude. And now he's taking on none other than Merab the Machine Dvalishvili, dude. And you can see it here, dude. Henry's a 125er. Like Merab's got some size advantage on him. He's just the overall bigger guy, in my opinion. I think Merab just shoots 30 takedowns on him, 10 around, and just lets Henry have absolutely no shot to do anything. I'm on Merab via decision. However, I think in my parlays, I have this just going over 2.5 at minus 360 or going to decision at minus 320 because I ain't confident in it, dude. I just know that these dudes are probably going to end up going to decision because it's only 3 rounds. Both are tough, high-level fighters. I'm on Merab via decision, though. Which way are you going here this week, brother?
Yeah, I'm with you as well, and I'll give Henry the credit for this because I did pick Aljo to win that fight, and I just thought really it's just the sheer size that Aljo was going to win with, but it's not like Henry really got dominated. Let's remember that was a split decision. Yeah, it was a. I know what you mean in terms of the wrestling exchanges, and I do think that in the fight late that Aljo was able to. I think he was able to dig deep with his cardio, and I thought he just really showed the resilience of a champion in that fight that Aljo was able to do. And let's not forget that it was also Cejudo's first fight 3 years off, and he kind of really missed those prime years of his career, and taking 3 years off. So I thought he looked good in his comeback fight. I just think for me personally, it's just a bad matchup with Merab. I just think for Merab, his fight style, where Henry can really take over is his his kickboxing and his wrestling, and I think for Merab, you throw a couple kicks out there, he's going to keep spamming takedowns. He might not get the first one, he might not get the second one, he might not get the third, nor the fourth, nor the fifth, or the sixth, but he will keep going, and the dude just doesn't stop. And I do think there was a point in time in that Aljo fight with Cejudo where he, the gas tank was hitting on empty a little bit there in that 5th round. Although this is a 3-round fight, Cejudo's going to feel like he went through a 5-rounder with him. And I think Merab gets it done by decision. So, yeah, I'm going to stick with the decision win here.
All right, dude. Up next, featured fight of the night, Ian Machado Gary taking on Jeff Hands of Steel Neal. So first the way in, we do have Machado Ian Gary, dude. He was up there getting booed a ton, dude. He didn't seem to care though, man. Seems like he was loving it. Dude, it seems like he's found a reason to be hated, man. So maybe that was his goal all along, but let me get Jeff Neal weighing in there, dude. I have to pause it on this, dude. I was high on Ian Gary earlier in the week, dude, but Jeff Neal at weigh-ins, dude, looks up there, shredded, locked in, dude, cut up, in shape, dude. This morning, dude, like when I saw him, I was like, God damn, man,
Intense. Intense.
Dude, Jeff Neal is ready for this fucking fight this weekend, y'all. Everyone high on Ian Gary. You could be. I understand. I am. I think he's a great fighter. Everyone wanting to see Ian Gary get his block knocked off this weekend. You might get your damn wish, dude, because Jeff Neal looks dialed, locked in, dude. My confidence in this fight is completely faded. I am still going Ian Gary via decision. I think that's how he wins this. I think Ian Gary tries to just stay safe and do leg kicks, teep kicks, do what he needs to do to win the fight, dude. But he is going to go through some hell getting through Hands of Steel this weekend, dude. Give me your thoughts and opinions on this fight, brother.
Yeah, I love the intensity from Jeff Neal there. He looked like he was just absolutely ready to take Ian Gary's head off at the weigh-ins. So yeah, I can only imagine the intensity that he's going to be bringing tomorrow. But the only thing with Jeff Neal is that he's never consistent with that. You know what I mean? Like in a lot of his losses, I think the Wonder Boy loss, you could say it was just more him, just bad matchup. But the Neil Magny fight was the one that was really disappointing for me because I just felt like he just didn't bring it. Like he just looked like he was just lost out there a little bit, almost like he just didn't really put too much effort into it. So depending on which one we get, he can come out there very fired up because we also saw him against Shavkat and gave Shavkat everything that Shavkat can handle. So we know how capable he is when he fights to his utmost ability. I do think Ian Gary here, as far as the striking, is just going to be a little bit sharper. I think he's better at using his footwork. I think you'll see him kind of circling off from Jeff Neal, kind of having Jeff Neal maybe chasing. I think Ian Gary, I think he gets it done by decision here. I think you're going to see a little bit of a war here, man, and a potential fight of the night. Because Jeff Neal is not scared to bite down and take one to give one. And I think we've seen Ian Gary, be capable of that from time to time as well. If you look at the Song Kanan fight as well. So I think
the Jordan Williams fight.
Yeah. No, Jordan Williams gave it to him a little bit too. Yeah, no, that's right. No, he did give it to him. Yeah, because his lip was busted up and everything. I think he got cut in that fight. Yeah, he got busted up in that one too. So
I think he got maybe even, I don't know if it was dropped or just kind of like fucking chicken legged a little bit.
Yeah. Oh, he definitely got dropped by Song Kanan. Yeah, he definitely got dropped by him. So, but Ian Gary can get hit a little bit too. So I don't think it'll be the cleanest fight. I think this is knockdown, drag out. I think it's fight of the night. But I think Ian Gary does get it done by decision here. He's money line minus 245. You can get him at decision at plus 145. I mean that's a pretty big swing, and I like those odds, so I might play that in a couple parlays. I'm gonna play him money line in a parlay or two, but I do like that by decision at plus 145.
I like the 3-year decision at plus 100. I
like that too.
Yeah,
I like that too.
Yeah, just in case. But as Dero said, minus 245 Ian Gary, plus 194 for Haynes of Steel, Jeff Neal. And for everyone on Haynes of Steel by knockout, he is currently plus 340 by knockout. So solid play there. And if you think he knocks out Ian Gary early, round 1 or 2 knockout for Haynes of Steel, Jeff Neal, plus 490. Round 2 or 3 knockout for Haynes of Steel, Jeff Neal is plus 700. So any of y'all on Haynes of Steel by knockout, here's your chance this weekend. It could happen. We got Derek Buford. I'm sorry, what I missed. We're just going through the picks, brother. We are about to go over the co-main event, my guy. And this is Jeff's chance to become the people's champion. It definitely is, Austin. It definitely is. No one can tell you you're wrong there, brother. So up next, we do have Bohashinia, the Eraser, Paulo Costa taking on the Reaper, Robert Whitaker in the co-main event, D-Rose. So what does Paulo Costa have on? A Paulo Costa versus USADA shirt. Hilarious. Dude. Absolute nut job, dude. I'm surprised.
Absolutely shredded, though.
Dude, I'm surprised we made it here, dude. He's on the scale. He made, I believe, 185.5, maybe even 186. Has his secret juice out there promoting it, man. As you said, though, shredded, dude. An absolute fucking dude. You could stand him beside like a porta potty and they would be like the same size, dude. It makes no sense how he gets down to 145 pounds. But he is taking on the Reaper, Robert Whitaker, dude. And boy, am I excited for this one. Robert looks dialed in. I was earlier in the week, I was on Robert Whitaker via 3 or decision. Pretty hard, dude. But after weigh-ins, dude, look at Rob. Rob's ready to go. Shredded, dialed in, dude. And I am now not convinced, D-Rose, that Whitaker's not going to finish Paulo Costa. Man, I listened to the interviews this week, and it looks like Rob is ready to hurt Costa this week, dude. So my thought from parlay 3 or decision, Rob Whitaker, I'm not as high on it. Like, I still have it in, like, the big ones trying to win the big money. But, like the ones that I expect to hit, like this weekend, I just have Rob Whitaker money line in, dude, because Rob looks shredded, dialed in, ready to go. And, dude, I guess the size difference isn't that much either. Paulo Costa maybe like an inch taller than Rob Whitaker. Has a little bit of size, dude, but Bobby Knuckles is also shredded up, dude. It's like,
yes,
dude, it's like, Paulo Costa is shredded, but so is Bobby Knuckles this week, dude.
Yeah, his six-pack's on point.
Yeah, really I might end up finding myself in a bet Rob Whitaker KO 1-2 at plus 450 or 2-3 at plus 600. But Paulo Costa just so damn tough, dude. And he's probably going to rehydrate 30 pounds by tomorrow. It's so hard to finish that absolute animal, dude. Izzy done it, but if he did drink all night, that's probably why, dude. Yeah, I'm
well,
still
that and
going.
he also kept walking in the shots too. But
Yeah, I guess I'm still going to go Robert Whitaker via decision. But if he ended up finishing Paulo Costa, it wouldn't surprise me in the slightest this week, dude. Which way you going, dude, or how do you think this fight goes?
Yeah, I love the energy from Robert Whitaker. I mean, I think the big thing for him is yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm surprised Paula made it too. You know, you guys have heard me on this channel multiple times, calling him out for not being able to make fights. I think part of that too, a lot of it is just negotiation stuff with the UFC more than actually like him getting injured. Or now I know the last fight with Hamza, Dana did say that he had like a nasty, I believe it was like an infection that he had in his elbow. But I think like the Ikram Aliskerov fight, that's negotiation and stuff like that with the UFC that he's just not on terms with them with. But in terms of this fight itself, yeah, I like the energy that Robert's coming with, man. As you said, I like that round prop, the KO round 2 or 3. I think I could see Costa coming out early with a little bit of steam. But if there's anything that you notice, there's a little bit of consistency from in all of his fights, even in his wins when they start to drag out a little bit. The Luke Rockhold fight, the Marvin Vettori fight, and the Yoel Romero fight. If you go to all those in the third round, man, he's huffing and puffing, trying to make sure that he can make it to the end of the round. Robert Whitaker, there's one thing that he's never struggled with is cardio. So if I'm going to play one of those round combos, I am looking at that round 2 or 3. But I'm definitely sticking with Robert Whitaker here. I'm going to play that minus 250 in a parlay or two. I'll play it probably like I'll probably play him with Ian Gary. But yeah, as far as that round combo, I like that round 2 or 3 at plus 600. But yeah, I'm still sticking with Whitaker here.
All right, fair enough. Me and D Rose both on the Reaper. Robert Whitaker. You know what it's time for, D Rose?
Dun, dun, dun.
It is main event time, y'all. So if y'all haven't already, please do us a favor and hit that thumbs up button for your boys over here, giving you our final preview and picks and final bets for this upcoming weekend, tomorrow's UFC 298. It's main event time, so we appreciate all y'all for stopping by tonight, hanging out with us, listen to our breakdown and preview of these fights, dude. We've got El Matador, Ilia Topuria, dude, made 140, I believe. Yeah, 144.5, dude. Looking mean, shred up there. Had no issues at all, dude. And you look for the word confidence in the dictionary, you might see a picture of Ilia Topuria beside it, dude, because he is probably one of the most confident fighters I've seen in a while. He really expects to get it done this weekend over Alexander the Great Volkanovski, dude. And I know it's been a lot of talk this week. 35 years old, only 2 people have won a championship fight over that age, one of which being Tyron Woodley fighting Damian Maia that was older than him at the time, dude. So I just don't know this week, dude. These odds are I don't know, dude. These odds are
the odds almost make you more nervous on picking. Yeah,
right,
the odds
dude.
make you more nervous.
It's like if Ilia was a plus 250 dog, I would have no issue throwing $100 at it. But because he's a plus 100 dog, I'm like, dude, I don't know. Like, why are people so confident? Like, he's still fighting Alexander the Great Volkanovski. So I'm still on Ilia to win. My casino bet that I went over there to make, dude, I have a bet Ilia Topuria round 2 KO. I believe it's on here. Ilia Topuria round 2 KO is plus 1,700. I believe that's what it was there. I put like $10 on it, like to win 170. I don't think he gets Volk out of there the first round, even though that's what he says that he's trying to do. I think it might take him just a little bit longer, dude. But if he goes in there and boxes Volk up the entire first round, dude, I am going to be standing up, jumping that second round, waiting for him to get that finish, dude, because round one's going to be a tell-all. If he boxes up Volk the entire round one, dude, I'm seriously going to be like, how is Volk going to come back like from this? Because, dude, out of all of like fucking Volk's fights, that's one thing he's pretty good about is just not really getting hit, not even in the beginning of the fight, middle of the fight, or the end of the fight. He's got solid defense. So if what I think happens in this fight, dude, Ilya ends up knocking Volk out at some point. A strong play that I have, if you are not on the Ilya side that I am, this fight to start round 3 is -220. I have that in a few parlays. And if Ilya don't get Volk out of there early, I believe the fight gets at least to the 3rd round, because Volk really don't start finishing people into the 4th round. You look at the zombie fight, like you look like at the Yair Rodriguez fight, all that happens in the 4th round. So yeah, this fight to start round 3 -220, solid parlay piece in my opinion, but I am on Ilya Topuria via KO, and I personally think he gets it done in the 2nd round. But you know, FanDuel does have those like round props, so if you're like me and you know want to put a few of them in there, like I personally did, I like the 2, 3, or 4. Ilya Topuria KO 2, 3, or 4 is +700, and I have that in a long shot parlay, hoping that we can hit that. But yeah, D Rose, thoughts on this fight, brother?
Yeah, for me, I think you know, the press conference was I don't want to say eye-opening, but I thought Volk coming out in the way that he did with you know, the old man outfit, you know, I think he's really embracing this, you know, people kind of counting him out, calling him old and stuff like that. Because, I mean, yeah, it's easy to look back at his most recent fight to say, you know, well, he got knocked out in his last fight, but he also took a fight against a #1 pound for pound fighter on, you damn right he is. But no, I think, you know, for Volk, you know, just the utmost confidence and right now, you know, as far as you know, trying to reestablish himself as the 145 king. Of course, he has been, but you know, he has a stain from that Islam knockout. And for Ilya, you know, riding with the utmost confidence, taking the belt at the press conference and all this stuff, you know, Ilya is kind of acting like it's a McGregor Aldo type moment. The only thing is that, you know, Volkanovski's mind, his mentality, I just think it's hard to break that dude, man. I mean, I saw a clip where John Jones was talking to Alexander Volkanovski about the first Islam fight, and he absolutely loved how Volk was so composed with Islam on his back. Like when Volk was talking shit and throwing the punches at him, like John Jones had told him, like, man, that was so awesome when you did that. Your mental fortitude is you know, second to none. And I think that's something that Volkanovski carries into this fight. Plus, I think the 2 big things that Volkanovski's got that really Ilya has not faced to this point are, I think Volk is an underrated wrestler. I think that's where Volk can kind of use that to kind of work into his game. And the leg kicks. If you look at all the people that, you know, Topuria has fought, you know, Josh Emmett, Damon Jackson, Ryan Hall, Bryce Mitchell, how many of those guys are actually throwing leg kicks at all? And you're talking about Topuria, who's a boxing heavy guy. And yes, he does have good footwork, but he's very heavy on that front foot. So if you leave that front foot out there for Volk to take off, I mean, look at the Max Holloway fights. I mean, he absolutely butchered Max's legs off. And I think that if you ask me, in my personal opinion, Max is the crisper boxer. Topuria is obviously the more power threat. But I think as far as combinations, setups, counters, yeah, I think Max is the more crisp boxer, more technical boxer. So for me, I'm still sticking with Alexander Volkanovski. You can get him at decision right now at +250. For me personally, I'm probably going. I'm going to play money line in 1 or 2. So he's -122 right now on FanDuel. But you can also get him. I like to play the round combos, and I think you were kind of going over one a few minutes ago. But you can get Alexander Volkanovski to win in round 4, round 5, or decision as a round combo at +175. So I'm going to be probably playing a little bit of action on that as well. So I'm still sticking with Alexander Volkanovski. Sprinkle a decision by plus 250. And I actually like that round 3 that you dropped in there as well at minus 220. So probably have a little bit of action on that as well.
Yeah, dude, I have it in quite a few things, dude. I am excited as shit for these fights this weekend, dude.
Yeah.
I cannot.
Banger of a card, dude.
Dude, I am so stoked, dude. I have this feeling like it's gonna be a good weekend, dude. I don't normally have this feeling. Maybe I'll get to break out the cheddar chain for once this year, dude. When I hit one of these banger parlays. And speaking of said banger parlays, D Rose, let's get in to change to cheddar, man. I'm going to give you all the bets that I have currently made earlier in the week, and then we'll get into the ones that I made after weigh-ins and everything like that. So earlier in the week after the podcast, I did make four bets, and you'll see it. Looks like odds have gotten even better, so I should probably make this again, but if I'm
Robert Whittaker's minus 250 right now, so it looks like you got in good with Whittaker though.
Yeah, but the top one, Fluffy by sub round 3, is now 1,100, and I bet it at plus 1,000. So Fluffy round 3 sub, I bet $5 to win 55. So not too bad, but as you see, I did bet it on the 15th. So what is that? That's probably
that was like Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah. Well, today's Friday, so the 16th. So that means that was last night. Yeah, last night at 10:30. That's when I bet that one. And then the parlay, probably this one I made after the podcast Wednesday. It's Ian Gary straight up, Robert Whittaker straight up, and Ilya Topuria KO round 2, 3, or 4. I put $10 on that to win $161. If Ilya gets it done, I think it happens in those rounds personally. But yeah, so those are 2 bets that I made. Another 2 bets that I made are Miranda Maverick, also at plus 1,000. So I think that's changed a little bit now too. I think that's down to plus 950. The Maverick sub 2 or 3, but I did parlay Maverick sub 2 or 3 with Anthony Fluffy Hernandez sub 2 or 3 also last night at 10:30. I put $5 on that to win 275. D Rose, what's your thoughts on that top parlay there?
Yeah, no, that's what I was saying as far as that Fluffy Hernandez round 2 or 3. I mean, you're definitely swinging for the fences, and I mean, hell, that's worth the payoff, especially 5 to win.
Two things to happen, and I've hit like 9 before, so if 2 can happen, I'll be all right, dude. So that's the 2 parlays that I made earlier in the week. And then after weigh-ins, FanDuel has I believe a 25% boost, right, D-Rose? So I did my 25% boost. I was on that quick. But it's a 6-leg parlay. It went from plus 661 to plus 826 with the 25% profit boost. I put $10 on it to win 92.69. It's Miranda Maverick straight up, Danny Barlow straight up, Anthony Hernandez versus Roman Kapilov to start round 2 at minus 281. The Marab versus Henry fight to go over 2.5 rounds. Robert Whittaker straight up, and Volk versus Ilya to start round 3 at minus 199, dude. So yeah, I mean, personally, dude, if this doesn't hit, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna be wondering what was I wrong on this past weekend, because this is probably, if you took 6 of my most confident plays, dude, this would be it. This is probably my 6 most confident plays, dude. Without any special things happening, dude. No by 3 or decision, no by knockout or by sub. This is strictly just, is the fight going over a certain amount of time, or who's winning, dude. This is why I use my boost on it, and I put $10 on it because, yeah, I personally think that happens. Yeah, and I'm hoping that I win that this weekend. So that's all the regular bets that I have. And then we got 2 change of cheddars, 2 $5. Our first one is $5 to win $118.06. It's an 8-leg, is a plus 2,261. Danny Barlow, money line. The Zhang Minyang versus Brendan Haberio fight to go under a round and a half at minus 320. We've got Marcus Rosario de Lima, money line at minus 215. We've got Amanda Lemos versus Mackenzie Dern to start round 2 at minus 310. We've got Anthony Fluffy Hernandez versus Roman Kapilov to go over a round and a half at minus 150. We've got Marab versus Henry to go the distance at minus 320. We've got Jeff Neal versus Ian Gary to start round 3 at minus 176. And the last leg in that parlay is Robert Whitaker, 3-year decision at minus 120. $5 to win $118.06. And our big daddy this week, if we get the luckiest possible,
the lottery,
basically took my most confident plays and exactly how I think they're going to go. It's 7 legs, $5 to win $5,762.40. And 7-leg plus 115,148. And it goes like this. Miranda Maverick, sub in round 2 or 3 at plus 950. Danny Barlow, KO in round 1 or 2 at plus 220. Anthony Fluffy Hernandez by sub 2 or 3 at plus 390. Marab versus Henry to go the distance, minus 320. Ian Gary to win 3-year decision at plus 100. Robert Whitaker, 3-year decision, minus 120. And Volk versus Elia to start round 3 at minus 220. Yeah, if we get the luckiest ever this weekend, if we can make it, honestly, if we make it to Henry Cejudo fight, I might be kind of shitting a brick if we hit those first 3 zeros. I might entertain some cash out options, to be honest, because those are all huge. You know, it would probably be over 1,000 because those are all. I mean, if it would
give you a cash out option.
Yeah, right. If I hit plus 950, plus 220, plus 390, and the only thing that's left is minus 320, plus 100, minus 120, and minus 220. The cash out would have to be a few hundred at least, but I probably wouldn't take it because if I get that far, I'm pretty sure the rest of them are going to happen. Well, I think all of them are going to happen because I made the bets on them. But you know, it wouldn't be the first time I donated my $50 on the weekend to FanDuel, dude. Let's see what the chat's got to say real quick. Gary by finish, Whitaker by finish, Volk by finish, my little parlay. D-Rose, what's your thoughts on Lush's little parlay?
Yeah, I'm sure that's I'm sure you got some pretty good odds too. I think the only one, Topuria, I'm just curious to see if he's capable of being finished, but that's why I like doing that 4 or 5 or decision as well. Just give me just a little extra insurance there.
I can't battle on, so I hope everyone has a good fight and comes home to the family afterwards. You know, good thoughts, Austin. Good thoughts. Looks solid. What's going on, Sky? I appreciate you stopping by. And then if Matt hits these, he's going to give himself a handful by shitting himself so much, dude. You know, possibly, dude. I used to make the craziest ones like $1 to win like 200 grand. I would put like a 12 leg of every, like exactly how I thought every fight was going to go. And I'm like, I am never hitting these. So if I would have hit one of those, I probably would literally shit myself. But, you know, if I win 5 grand, I'll be super fucking happy. But I don't know if any shitting's going to be happening over here. But
not yet, at least. Not until you hit the Big Daddy.
Yeah. With that being said, D Rose, for our weekly UFC card members, if you don't know how it happens over here, let me show you for our members. Once again, members exclusive. So if you would like to become a member on here, I'll show you how to do that real quick. So every week, every UFC fight week, I announce a fight for the members to predict on. So, you know, that's always fun. Let me go to my channel. So on the membership tab or the community tab is where it's posted at, but you can go to either one. But just like last week, what we did is I take a little screenshot of the fighters weighing in. I asked the members to predict the fight, you know, yada, yada, yada. And they pick between a blaster or a few cards. I asked them to pick the fighter, how they think's going to win, and, preferably a scorecard if it's by decision, or fighter, method, round, and preferably a time, just to help out with any tiebreakers or anything like that. But we don't use the actual score or the actual time unless, there is an actual tie. And then if the person, if we have a person get it right, they get to choose between between a lot of UFC cards or a blaster here on the channel, D-Rose. So as I let Clint do last week, I'm going to let you decide the fight that the community will have to pick on this week, brother. And once again, if you would like to become a member here on the channel, I believe you just click this join button right here, and it is $5 per month here on the Golden Octagon. But every single UFC fight week, you got a chance to win free UFC cards. And at the end of the month, we'll do duck races for some UFC cards. So that's how you do it. Where it's going to be at after the chat, I will whatever fight D-Rose decides on. I'll put that up there, and I'll show you the cards that we're about to go over right now, D-Rose. So what is your decision, my guy?
Let's go. I'm trying to think of one that would be a little bit tougher. I don't want to go with the obvious main event here.
I would know, like every week I usually do like the main event. So if you like, if I can want to go like a main event, I try to do one that could go the most different ways. Like, what am I going to have like the most guesses on of how the fight is going to go? Because in theory, I would like one person to be right, so I don't have to do a tiebreaker.
Which is why I think I'm feeling Mackenzie Dern versus Amanda Lemos.
All right, so D-Rose has decided on the members tab this week. So once again, I don't know if I shared it last time. I think I showed y'all how to join without sharing. So if you would like to become a member here, just click the join there, and that's how you do it. But on the community tab this week, right where community, right where Jack Hermanson versus Joe Pfeiffer will be a picture of Mackenzie Dern versus Amanda Lemos after the chat that me and D-Rose are on right now. And our members will decide let me show you what y'all are going to be picking on this week. And y'all, it is a good one, I promise y'all. So let me get my thing switched around here real quick. HD Pro Cam. Get that on. Let me go full screen myself, D-Rose, but they can still hear you. So, yeah. So as you know, we did have a winner last week that did choose the blaster. So I went out to my local Target, went to 2 local Targets, drove about 30 minutes, and I got 2 new blasters. So we are stocked up. We can afford at least 2 more winners picking blasters this week, or not this week, but in the future. So we got 2 UFC optic blasters. But y'all, this lot of cards is, if y'all don't take this, y'all are going to be like, I'm personally going to be like, what's wrong with you? But your choice is either, if you predict the fight correctly, you will have a choice of one of these 2 blasters or this lot of cards. So you have a choice between the cards or a blaster. But the lot of cards that you could choose this week, if you predict the fight correctly, is a tricolor Ian Gary from 2023 Select, tricolor Alexander the Great Volkanovski from 2023 Select, tricolor Mackenzie Dern from 2023 Select. We do have a silver Marab from 2022 Select. We've got a hollow or refractor from 2020 Topps Flagship for Henry Cejudo. Here, let me put these. I'll put those right there. And we do have 2023 rookie card, Anthony Fluffy Hernandez purple. That's going to be 108 of 149 for Fluffy rookie. We've got Robert the Reaper Whitaker 2023 UFC optic red. That's going to be 163 of 199. We do have Haynes Still Jeff Neal 13 of 75 on the red laser from 2023 Donruss. We do have 2022 select rookie card for El Matador, Ilya Topuria, a silver, a very nice card in my opinion. And we do have 36 of 99 silver laser for Alexander the Great Volkanovski. And our autograph this week is none other than the machine, Merab Davashvili. This is from 2023 Optic. It is a, I believe, the silver. Is it a prism? Yeah, it's the prism autograph. So not the base. It is a prism. So once again, your choice is this entire lot of cards if you predict the fight correctly, or one of these two blasters. The choice is up to you. So D-Rose, if you could predict the fight correctly this weekend, would you be happy in that prize, brother?
Dude, yeah, those cards look those cards look sick, and you get the chance for the blaster box as well. So I mean, yeah, I mean that's yeah, dude, I don't know why anybody would complain with that whatsoever.
Yeah, dude. So
if they did, they're ungrateful.
Like, it's like you have a choice of knowing exactly what you're going to get, or you could take the risk and get a blaster box. But either way, all you got to do is predict the fight correctly and be a member here on the channel, you know. So I like to do that, give back to the members, because I have a shit ton of cards that I need to get rid of anyway. And you know, I like to give back to the community a little bit and shout out a member here on the channel. Austin, appreciate your brother becoming a member here on the channel. So it means a ton, brother. It helps out a ton because YouTube don't pay me motherfucking shit. So you becoming a member here really, truly helps out more than you know, brother. So yeah, appreciate it. Appreciate it, Austin. So let's get into these one last time. Tim is on Nakamura this week. Tim says good pick by D-Rose. Yeah, so Mackenzie Dern, Amanda Lamos will be the fight. Lush is happy with the prizes this week. And then Austin said, forgot membership ended. Yeah, I know, dude. The golden membership, I closed all those down because we only had 4, and you know, it was $20 a month. And I just figured out I should just offer everything to the same people at $5 a month. It just makes a lot more sense. So I sent all the gold members a nice little prize, and we'll just make it one membership moving forward. I figured that was the best thing to do. So with that being said, me and D-Rose gave you all of our picks and thoughts on the card the entire way up. We gave you basically any bets that we have made or are going to be making or are kind of looking at, maybe testing out a little bit. I gave you every bet that I've made, 2 change to Cheddars, 1 $5 to 5,000. That's pretty much the most confident that I'm going to be on any kind of parlay like that. But yeah, showed you all the prizes this week. Anything before we get out of here, D-Rose? Or shout out Tim gifting a membership here on the channel. So I don't know who gets the membership. I think it goes to a random person. So whoever you are, shout out Tim for gifting you the membership here on the channel. We appreciate you both for the show. Good luck, everyone, and stay safe. Appreciate you, Lush. You are an absolute guy. And I asked D-Rose about that, and he said for sure. So D-Rose is excited to add something else to his little background there. So that is what's up. And shout out or congratulations, Slow Mo Court. You got a free membership here on the channel. So if you're interested in UFC cards, check out the community tab right after the chat. Well, I have to get it posted and everything. So in the next hour or so, it'll be up there. But once again, shout out all y'all for stopping by here tonight, hanging out with us, getting our final picks preview on all the UFC 298 fights. It's going to be a ton of fights. There's been some crazy shit happening, some WWE shit happening. Oh my God, stepping in on short notice, the younger brother. Yeah, it's going to be some good fights. I'm personally excited. I know D-Rose is, but yeah, we're not going to hold y'all up anymore. Me and D-Rose will be here tomorrow night after the fights to give you our immediate recap, and hopefully we get to see D-Rose eating some Bean Boozled, and it ain't going to be your boy this week, because I got lucky this past week. I got 2 solid ones. Both were good flavors, so I'm hoping that if I do have to eat them, they're both good flavors again, but probably not going to happen. But yeah, with that being said, we're going to hop off here.
My name is Matt. D Rose is on that side of your screen. This is the Golden Octagon MMA channel. This has been changed to Cheddar for UFC 298. We appreciate y'all for stopping by. Hit that thumbs up button if y'all haven't already. We'll catch y'all later. Peace.
Peace.